Hey guys, welcome back. Now on this channel I've done some videos about Mini Coopers, I've done stuff on Jeeps, but the number one video I had was on a Corvette. I mentioned in that video, or actually it was a video after that, I mentioned that I had sold that Corvette. I was in the market for a keeper. I wanted one to have long term, to build, to have. Well, last week we made that happen. With my company, I own a water filtration company. I had a customer that had an old Corvette. They needed a water system. We worked out a deal. I brought the car home. Now the crazy thing is I looked at this car back in August. The lady wouldn't answer messages. Then next thing I know, she's got it listed as sold. Well, last week it popped up and immediately I went to look at it. I think I was there about 2 hours after she marked it available again. Well, the crazy thing is her husband is actually related to our family. They had the last name. It's not a very common last name in our area. So I asked her if she knew Joey Jolly. She said, yeah, that was her husband's cousin. Well, my dad's sister was married to his uncle. So it was almost like fate stepped in and this was the car to have. Now, although I've had a bunch of C4s and I love them, I think they're one of the best cars you could get. The very first Corvette I ever fell in love with was a 1979 Corvette with a 1980 front and rear clip, and it was my brother's car. That was the first Corvette I ever fell in love with. So it was only natural that I would be drawn to a white C4 that was the 80 to 82 body style. This car is a 1981. It's got 86,000 original miles on it. It was repainted 20 years ago. Had the seats and the door panels, carpet done 9 years ago. And it's as close to a mint condition car as you're gonna find. Now when I got it, it had been sitting in a garage for 15 years. The lady's husband died, this was his car. So they hadn't really done anything with it for the last 19 years. Her son did the interior 9 years ago because he wanted to finish his dad's car. So I got the car home, got it cleaned up, did a tune-up on it, checked all the fluids, did the rear end fluid to make sure that it was good. Transmission fluid's good, oil's good. So I've been driving the car. I've put about 200 miles on the car since I've had it. Not a single issue. The tires on the car were 23 years old, so I decided to go ahead and put a set of tires on it. I went with the Coopers. They had BF Goodwrench on it. And I did a question in one of the Corvette groups of which tire, Cooper, BF Goodwrench. About 50-50 on those two tires. I definitely wanted a white letter tire. There's not a lot of options for those out there anymore. So I ultimately went with the Coopers. They were $200 cheaper, same mileage warranty. Great reviews, so it just made sense to save the $200, put that somewhere else in the car. I do plan on driving the car. It's not going to be a garage queen. A lot of people with these old cars, they don't drive them in the rain, they don't drive them in the winter. To me, it's just a waste. It's like I said in one of the other videos of the quote by Carol Shelby. The cars were meant to be driven, they were meant to enjoy. It's a shame to just leave them sitting and not driving the cars. So this car will get driven, it'll get abused, it's going to be in the rain, it's going to get some nicks, it's going to get some scratches, just part of having a vehicle. I can't have something that just sits and doesn't get driven. For me, it's a waste of money, it's a waste of investment. You've got money sitting there that's not being used. If you're going to have something just sit there, sell the car, invest the money, and let that money make you more money. Because old cars like this, while they will go up in value, they're not going to go up as much as the stock market. They're not going to go up as much as investing in real estate. So why have something you're not going to drive? So my plan is to hold on to this one for a while. We're going to do some stuff to it. Plan on doing some exhaust. Thinking about getting rid of all of the emission stuff. Not sure if that's the way I want to go. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that. If it's better to leave it original, because right now the motor is 100% original, or if I should get rid of the emission stuff and just clean under the engine a little bit, make it look a little neater. The other thing, it's already got the cats off of it. I'm definitely going to do some dual exhaust, get some mufflers. These cars only had 190 horsepower, so it's not something you're going to go win a race in, but I at least want it to sound like you could win a race if you wanted to. But with the C3s, the curves, the lines, there's just nothing like it. It drives just as good as one of my C4s. It's easier to get in and out of than a C4. And truthfully, it's not a bad ride. It's not something I would want to drive to Florida and back, but it's not a bad ride for a daily driver around town. You can't go to a gas station without getting stopped. Everybody wants to see it, they want to look at it, they want to ask questions. These cars, even though they weren't the most powerful vehicles out there, they definitely get the attention. People love these cars. I took it to a cruise-in last Saturday. I parked right beside a 2022. This car got more attention and more people talking about it than the brand new ones. There's a lot of purists out there that say that the new cars are just an abomination. Corvette should have never done it. Chevy should be boycotted for doing that. I personally love them. It was the natural progression when you go from the C3 to the C4. That was a huge improvement. But the C4 to the C8 was the natural progression of what Chevy had to do if they want to stay relevant in today's car world. See, not everybody wants an old carbureted vehicle. Not everybody wants something that the radio doesn't work, the air conditioning doesn't work well. It'll keep you cool, but it's not the best in the world. See, not everybody wants that. Some people want the new technology. They want the computer screens. I like the old stuff. I like something I can work on. So guys, I hope you liked the video. Tune in for more. You'll see this one around for a while.